Hi, this is Rene Stanley from Movie Review Relay, and today we're talking about Denzel Washington, his new movie, The Equalizer 3. It is fabulous. However, I'm going to give you some warnings, okay? But I'll just tell you that the crowd I saw it with, it was a preview crowd on Thursday. It wasn't really crowded. I saw it, the first showing I think was 3 o'clock, whatever it was. I was the only black person there, so I don't know why some people ask me that, but they do. All right, so here we go. I saw it in IMAX. It was about, I want to say a quarter, 25% full. Like I said, it was 3 o'clock. Maybe people hadn't gotten in from work. Maybe they're not interested. Anyway, I saw the movie. The crowd was so audible. I had to look around because normally you guys say, oh, black theater is so noisy. No. I was only one. I spoke to some of the people who were there because there were not a lot of people in attendance. So whenever that's the situation, I get to actually talk to people one-on-one, which I love. I love to talk, as you know. All right, so a lot of people said they would see it again. And I don't get that much now that movies are so expensive. A lot of people don't want to go to these movies. However, they enjoy Denzel. Denzel Washington is an American treasure. You got some black actors like Sam Jackson. I guess they love Morgan Freeman. There's another one. Okay. But my point is, these are people you don't see that often on screen. You don't see, still today, the majority of film do not have the African-American actors. So they enjoy seeing these guys. They do. All right. So they enjoy the other good-looking guys too. Idris Elba and stuff like that. But I'm just saying the African-American actors are a treasure. In cinema, we haven't seen them. They were denied for many years as having leading roles. So now they get these leading roles. You get to see them and enjoy them. It's wonderful. All right, so I'll first say that The Equalizer 3 was originally a television series. Some of you might know it was a Caucasian gentleman. Loved them. That's why it became a legend, a cult following this program. And it's about a CIA agent or a government agent who decides after he's been a government assassin and done all these, strategic things, he's decided now to turn his eye on humanity. He tries to serve people who have been treated unfairly, the underserved in our society. Maybe the criminal element is after these people and they have no other help. Maybe the police are corrupt, they're not helping them either. And this Equalizer is the one who comes in and he saves people. He has a great sense of humanity. And the great sense of humanity is shown in Equalizer 3 as the movie begins. He does his job. He's in Europe. I want to say Italy. And after he does his job, I don't know if I should say this for a spoiler. You guys know. I tell a little bit here and there. I don't tell everything. Okay, but anyway. All right, so he gets wounded. I'll say that. When Denzel Washington gets shot, he looks at the assailant, the person who shot him, and he's thinking, I should, self-defense. He's killed hundreds of people. What's the big deal? He'll kill the next guy. So this guy that shoots him in the back is a little boy. I did put spoilers because I'm not going to tell everything. I'm going to tell a little bit here and there. Okay, so here he is, the little boy. He could have shot the little boy back because all is fair in war. If you shoot me, you're trying to kill me. Yeah, I need to kill you. It shocked me, though, that this little boy, he was so cute. I got to look at the actor's name. I had the guys put it up there. But this little boy shoots our guy in the back, McCall. Robert McCall is Denzel Washington, the Equalizer. And Denzel is shocked himself because he had just told the little boy, stay in the truck, thinking the little boy was in danger. He didn't know the little boy was working for the bad guys. It reminded me, and guys, I always go off, but I come back. All right, so do you remember the movie with Samuel Jackson where he was in the military? And they said, you were shooting at women and children. Why? And he said, yeah. At the end, spoiler for that movie too. I'll put the warning. Gosh, all right. But he says, yeah, because they were shooting at me. You damn right I shot. They shooting at my man, whatever it was, All right, so having said that, Denzel Washington was trying to think the little boy was an innocent bystander when he was actually part of the bad guys. He waited till Denzel walked away and shot Denzel in the back. And it should have been fatal. Denzel should have died. Well, his character should have died. Instead, he gets up and he lets the boy live. He could have shot the little boy. He lets the boy live. The boy runs away. He lets him run away. He could have shot him easily. And then he thinks, I guess, I don't know what's going through his mind, but you do see him put a gun to his head. You see Denzel Washington's character, Robert McCall, put a gun to his head. And you're thinking, oh my goodness, the Equalizer's giving up. He's going to shoot himself. Because remember, this is a man who's helped so many people, try to get them to be encouraged, try to get them, give them hope when there's no other hope. And now you're going to kill yourself? All right. So anyway, he doesn't. He gets in his car. He tries to drive. But of course, he's wounded to such an extent. Well, now he has to pull over to the side. He actually goes unconscious. And he's saved. Gentleman saves him and brings him to Dr. Ansel, which is a doctor in the Italian community who's been tormented by the criminal element. They call it the Camorra, which I understand is Italian mafia. That's fine. Okay. So this community is already in a depressed, oppressed state. This doctor is one of the ones who's an outlier as far as being mean to them. He'll stop. He'll say, no. Who's a good guy? Who's a bad guy? Let me sort you out. And I'm going to try to save the good guys. Hopefully, he thinks Denzel is a good guy. He asks him when he's, conscious. When he becomes unconscious, he saves him. Are you a good guy? Or are you a bad guy? He tries to discern this from Denzel. Okay. Now, what's interesting is Denzel says, I don't know. Yeah, he does. He says, I don't know because, he's killed so many people. He's thinking he's doing it for his government, which means it's a good thing. He's doing it for people who are in trouble, which is a good thing. But in his mind, he thinks about so many people that he's murdered and killed, whatever it was. And he's saying, I don't know. All right, so he gets well, because then we don't have a movie, right? Unless you do all flashbacks, right? But what I want to say to you guys also is the director, Antoine Fuqua, was his training day director. He's so awesome. All right, so he's back. And he helps Denzel through this movie. He walks him through. People have talked about Denzel so bad. I saw him on, what did one of my people say? They saw him on the T.D. Jakes interview, and he's gained so much weight, he's a fat boy and all this stuff. Stop it. All right. He's getting older, which a lot of us are, and we're not maybe where we were 20, 30 years ago. All right, so that's fine. But the thing that's more interesting is they didn't have to show too much action with regard to his physical activity. And they do the same thing, by the way, for Liam Neeson. You saw Retribution? All right, I'll tell you about that on the blog. We have blogs and all that stuff, WordPress. All right, so. But my point is, he's been through so much as an actor, but now he's older. It's okay. I look at him and Sam Jackson, Morgan Freeman, all these guys. We don't expect you to be superheroes. You could be a superhero with the magic of movies. You got stuntmen, all those kind of people that are doing things for you. That's fine. But you don't have to, but it's fine. Okay, so he does a little fighting here and there. In some of the scenes, you're going to see him walking along. And I'll just skip ahead and say, the bad guy, he always gets the bad guy. That's what I love about the Equalizer films. They always get theirs at the end, So at the end, when he gets the bad guy, Denzel Washington starts singing a song that many of us African Americans know who grew up in church, whether it be Baptist Church, Church of God in Christ, Pentecostal, all this kind of stuff. I know it was the blood. I know it was the blood for me. Remember that song that they used to sing when we were growing up? All right, so Denzel singing this song in the movie, yeah. All right, so anyhow, that's near the end. You'll see. All right, so I'll go back. See, I'm coming back now. All right, so Denzel lands in this community where he sees people being tormented, and I don't know why they don't just shoot him outright. But I guess you won't have a movie. So let the writers write. I don't tell them what to write. I accept it. Denzel helps these oppressed folks in the community. from the corrupt element that is just, oh God, doing so many awful things to their families, the little girls and little women, the wives. Oh, it's disgusting. All right, so it's written in such a way where you hate the enemy so much, you have no empathy for the enemy at all. Even when they turn on one another to a certain extent, yeah, you say, oh, they're getting what they deserve because you're so brutal, you're so barbarically evil, you deserve to be tormented, bled out, whatever way you're gonna die that way. That's great. And so you don't really feel sorry for these guys. You really don't. Dakota Fanning is also reunited with our guy, Denzel Washington. She was in Man on Fire. Remember how cute she was? She still is a good-looking kid. I mean, good-looking girl. But I'm just saying, she was so cute in that movie. He died for her in that movie. I just told another spoiler, right? All right, so anyway, Dakota Fanning plays a CIA agent. And she and Robert McCall, who is now retired, remember, because he decided after he got shot up and everything, he's going to kind of go the other way. But he knows the numbers, so he contacts her, and they kind of work together. But basically, Robert McCall does the job. He gets the revenge on the people who are just tormenting and killing people in this society, ravaging them. He gets the revenge. And that's the fulfillment for the audience. And when I tell you the audience, every time he kills somebody, the audience is like, yeah, get him, or whatever, they would yell out loud. That's what I had to let you know. No, I was only black person. These are, yeah. Some of them were retired police, so they actually told me what they did. I didn't ask. I'm not that nosy, although I can be, but I wasn't. But they said they were retired policemen. They said, oh, those mafia types, I've been to Italy, a lot of gangs, they deserve whatever they get out because they're very brutal to the commoners. No, that's fine. All right. I love me some Denzel Washington. I am a red-blooded American woman, but I'll just tell you that Antoine Fuqua, yeah, he was a director again, like he was for Training Day when Denzel won the second Oscar. All right, so Antoine is directing this sort of like, if you've ever seen Friday 13th or one of these slasher movies where they're kind of picking off people one by one, and at one point you don't see the assailant, you just see his footsteps, like in the dark or whatever it is. And at one point I just said, oh, this could be a slasher film, or like maybe Halloween, where they're killing people in the most gruesome ways. Robert McCall gets that brutal with these people. Yeah, he shoots them to the point where, I had to flinch. And I've seen a lot of movies, I've been around a minute. But that's how intense the violence was in this movie. So, I'm saying that to say this. It's not one that you would say, okay, kiddies, let's go. We ate our hot dogs for Labor Day and let's go to see Denzel. No. You got to be over 18, or at least, I'll say this. If you can see a Halloween movie or a slasher film, like Friday the 13th, then this is for you. Because a lot of people say, oh, I wouldn't take my kids to see this. But then your kids' video games, bloody. You're taking them to see all kind of other R-rated pictures. So if you can see that, that's your guideline. If they've seen Friday the 13th, if they've seen, what's the other one, Halloween? All right. Whatever your latest slasher movie is, if they've seen that, they can see this. I promise you. All right, so here we go. These people who are terrorize the community, because Robert is there, he's thrust into the middle of this, and he could just walk away. But a lot of this film is showing how his level of humanity, his concern for the human condition, will not let him walk away. As much as he would like to do that, they're like, no. He says to himself, I got to go back and help these people. And that's what he does as the Equalizer. He's helping all these people, even the score. And the bad guys, they see that Robert McCall, they see that he's not minding his business. So they kind of go at him, They come over to his table where he's eating in front of everyone, the whole oppressed community. And the bad guys look at Robert, our guy Denzel, and they say to him, they see he's a threat, and so Robert's like, no, I just want you to leave him alone. He says in a very calm voice. If you ever see the Equalizer, that's his thing. He's very calm and polite. I just want you to leave him alone. Maybe go somewhere else or whatever whatever you're gonna do. And so the bad guy comes up to him and says, "You're warning me?" Yeah. And then Denzel said, "No, I'm preparing you." Yeah. He says that. What? Yeah, he says, "I'm preparing you." See how you don't really have to curse. If you have strong enough words, you can say anything you want and get your point across. And everyone who's intelligent, they know that. All right. Then he does something to the bad guy. You got to see it. Yeah, I don't tell everything. I told you that. All right, so here we go. All right, and in the climax, you're going to see them. Okay, I'm going to say this first because not a lot of people ask me about this. All right. It is very cliched, but I think with a action thriller, and I could call this a horror thriller action, you got to be a little cliched because that's the formula that the audience appears to react to. Yeah. So they showed Italian guys, and there was one scene that the Godfather ran through my mind, but it wasn't. Where the guy's in bed and the horse's blood he feels, and he wakes up slowly and finds out something's getting ready to happen. Okay. Something's going to happen. I'm not going to tell you what it is. See, I don't tell everything. All right. But anyway, yeah. It's a scene like that. They're in this big mansion with all of these bodyguards and minions around the Godfather, the Gadon. And he's in this beautiful, beautiful Italian mansion. Beautiful Italian furniture. Yeah, they got the goons downstairs eating spaghetti and meatballs. There's nothing wrong with that. Because if you show a black picture, I don't mind you showing chicken. Because, yeah, that's all my mother could afford when I was growing up. My mother and father worked. Working class people, yeah, we had chicken most nights. So if you saw us eating chicken, it wasn't unusual. All right, so that's fine. All right, but anyway, back to the climax scene. Yeah, something happens in the bed. It's wonderful. All right, so anyway, but it's very gory. I'm gonna reiterate that to you, so some of you will come back to me. You recommended this movie, and it was just scary and gory and bloody. I said if you can't watch Friday 13th. Remember, I went through that already, Halloween, and you can't watch this. That's right. So you decide, but I did warn you. I did. Yeah, I said that. Yeah, that's all I'm going to tell. That's all I'm going to tell today, all right? So be proud of me. All right, so go see Denzel Washington, The Equalizer 3. Don't be afraid, except don't take little young kids. Okay, I told you that 3 times now. Don't do it. 5 being the best. 1 being the worst. The Equalizer 3 easily comes in at a 3.5. And at an extra point, if you love Denzel Washington, like there's no tomorrow. No. So, until we meet again, it's Rene Stanley for Movie Review Relay. Save me some ribs, hot dog hamburgers. What else you got? Chicken, potato salad on the side, a little macaroni salad, some tossed salad. What else you got for dessert? You got sweet potato pie. I want that too. Pound cake, the whole thing. Oh, some of you might notice that I have a special category in my Movie Review Relay YouTube. And that's special. And it's just personal stuff. Just fun. Yeah. Somebody fractured their arm. We're not going to say who it is. But the person who fractured their arm had just one hand to do stuff with. And they started painting about a month ago. They're a 4-week painter. They're not Picasso, but they had a lot of fun. So we have a 2-minute art gallery. If you just want something to do for a couple of minutes, listen to some beautiful music, it's down in the special. Yeah, the link is down there. Art. Yeah, it's called art, I think. Movie Review Relay Art. And don't forget to check out our Pop Culture Chef website, which is still a work in progress, but we're working on it. We got some things already up. And always check out our WordPress, Instagram. We have cooking on sweet Idaho pie. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff. That's probably the thing, we're doing a whole lot, and we don't have a big staff. Just have a lot of family and friends who help out every now and then. Until we meet again, my loves, my babies, it's Rene Stanley from Movie Review Relay.